She carved her name in the steam on the glass, then vanished like smoke from a midnight pass. My records still spin, but they don't sing, just echo chambers where a voice used to ring. Ashes in the key of blue. She left a fire, but no light to pursue. I keep striking chords she used to feel, but these melodies can make her feel. Ashes in the key, every note still smells like it.
I burned out letters just to breathe.
Oh, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Merry Christmas to you, Sandra Willoughby. Great. This song was made popular.
I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great pleasure to me to have to be with Buddy Guy since 1965 in Europe. This is a song I wrote, made famous by me and Janis Joplin. I wrote this tune called Ball and Chain. I hope you like it. Sitting by my window, whoa, I was looking out at the rain.
I sprained my shoulder.
Sit by the window, turn me a little.
This is called The Visit. Goes like this.
lights down low. Let that saxophone breathe a little. 'Cause tonight I've got a story to tell. Yeah, I woke up this morning, rain falling down my window, and the only thing that felt familiar was the echo of your name. Coffee pie was burning, and the clock started keeping time. Yeah, the world kept on spinning, just like but you packed your bags and said, right, didn't even hear the sound. Neighbors whisper sorry about the way you walked. Say they saw you down on Kingston, catching a ride yesterday. But I ain't begging, ain't pleading. There's nothing left to say. 'Cause I gave you all my daylight, spent my midnights on your smile. Yeah, I built a whole damn future on a love story of life. Now this empty room reminds me you've been leaving all my life. Slow jazz groove deep in saxophone leads, smoky aching water. Guitar usage with soft blues licks, band falls to half volume for the last 4 bars. I found that letter in the kitchen, and for the corners where it's half true. Said you needed something better, something I could never do. Baby, you were looking for the sky, but I was trying to build a life for two. I ain't holding no grudges, hell, I still keep your perfume on the shelf. Ain't no shame in hurting, only shame is lying to yourself. full body cry. The band swells with upright bass, walking gently beneath. You know, some loves don't fade, they just change colors in the dark. And some people leave footprints you can't ever wipe out of your heart. But I keep walking forward, even if I'm torn apart. So here's to every memory, sweet and bitter like old wine. Here's to every midnight you overlay the moonlight. Here's to every sunrise where I tell myself I'm fine. 'Cause the story keeps on living, even when you ain't there. Baby, someday I believe you when you say I'll never care. But tonight I'm still learning how to breathe, baby, yeah. I don't care, no, I don't care. But my heart still aches for me. I don't care, I don't care. Yeah, the blues still burn like flame. If loving you was foolish, Lord, I'd do it all the same. I don't care, nothing feels the same. Keep playing it out. Let that horn cry for me one more time. Fade on along. Warm saxophone lines. I twisted my shoulder, that's why I gotta keep stretching it out. I know it looks weird, but if I don't every now and then, I can hardly reach the keys down there to even tune it. I don't know what I did to strain it like that. It's alright. myself up and stand on my own again. Now that I know, love is not a game you play. Lord, I still believe in love. I believe in loved ones. And I know if I keep on looking, someone I can trust. I've got to pick myself up, Lord, and stand on my own again. And now I know, love is not a game you play. Lord, I still believe in love. For believing in loved ones. And I know if I keep on looking, What you done? If you could see me when the night falls down and the lights grow dim, I'm searching for love where the shadows begin. Every song has been but nothing ever felt the way it feels. Hide my heart behind a poker face. But every glance, every breath you take makes the lost send away the way you like you don't know what you do. And I'm just a man, no tricks up my sleeve. Baby, you fall when I there's no mystery, just a soul that's begging you to believe. I am falling for you, can't you see? I've walked through fire, slept in rain, but you got me breaking. Swore I'd never give this heart away, but here I am, just hoping you'll stay. Your name is carved in every chord I play, a melody that won't go away. I ain't asking you to fall like me, but just look close. Maybe you'll see. I am falling for you, can't you see? It's more than words, deeper than dreams. This ain't a line, this ain't a plea. It's true from the bottom of everything in me. I am falling for you, can't you see? Baby, love don't work like it used to do. Maybe it seems soft, but it's long enough right here in me. So open the door, let it be. I'm falling for you, can't you see? Wide open, no disguise on me. I'll lay it down hard and keep, 'cause I'm falling, yeah, I'm falling. Can't you see? I love you. You are everything to me. The air that I breathe, the reason I see. I love you. Everything a part of you. From the depths of your soul to the light in your eyes shining through. I love you. I love you. It's a feeling, it's all so kind. Every single part of you, from the depths of your soul to the light in your eyes shining through. I love you. It's a feeling so deep and true. I love you, and I will always be here for you. I love you. Through all of life's changes, we will see through. I love you. My heart, it beats only for you. Your presence is a compass I find true. In your embrace, all my worries fade. And in your eyes, a love forever new. It's a feeling so deep and true. I love you, and I will always be here for you. I love you. Through all of life's changes, we will see it through. I love
Saxophone player in the city. I can't wait to hear him play. It's nice.
Yeah, I can do all along the watchtower. I'll do it for you. Just give me a few moments. Watch this.
I've been chasing shadows all my nine lives long. Scratches on my heart, but I still sing my song.
He looks like he's singing.
Windows closed, but I see the moonlight shine.
His shoulders hurt.
A lonely king with tired eyes, still feeling now you're the dream I never caught, running through my midnight thoughts. Every step a memory fades, still I pray you'll
While My Guitar Gently Weeps by Josko Stefan. After that, I'll do that Hendrix song for you. The only three types of music I don't play. I don't play um, heavy metal. I don't play punk music, and I don't play rap music. Rap, punk, and heavy metal. I don't play those three. Um, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube long if I did. It's got a lot of bathroom moral language in it, those three types of music. And so I try to stay away from those. I usually play the one by George Harrison after I play that one, but I've got a request. Um, let's see, what was it? I'm really forgetful. Oh, All Along the Watchtower. I've got it saved, but if I've got 500 songs to look through, so I'm just gonna call it in. All Along the Watchtower. I pull my shoulder out of something. Boy, does it hurt. Oh. knew I was going to play that song. It just, if I don't get to my phone fast enough before I go to the next song, it don't even give me time to choose. That one just popped up, so I decided to play with it. That was from 1918. I don't know who. I don't know who the original person was that came up with that. It wasn't Chet Atkins, but somebody in 1918 came up with that, and a lot of guitarists have tried to play it. Someone said something about Merry Christmas, God bless you, and I hope to play some. There's 4 Christmas songs I hope to play here in just a little bit. This is a very old song. It was on an album called Blind Faith Album. And it, I'm trying to think of the original. Steve Winwood, I believe, came out with this song. Can't find my way home. Yeah, Steve Winwood. You see me keep stretching out my shoulder. I pulled it out of joint, it feels like. And I can barely move it even to get to the keys down there. I'll get those 4 Christmas songs out of the way. Let's see, one of them I know is a classic, and it's titled Please Come Home for Christmas. And that is by Aaron Neville, and he's the Cajun from Louisiana. I even play this song when it's not Christmas time. I like it.
Bells will be ringing, the glad, glad news.
This next one I heard in a Chinese restaurant about 2 years ago, and it was around Christmas time. And I was shocked to hear it in a Chinese restaurant. I really was. And when I listened to the words of it, it was so beautiful. Uh, it was by Vince Vance and the Valiants, and Vince Vance and the Valiants, yeah. And they're from way back. Believe me, they're from way back. But what she says in this song is, I don't want any rubies, diamonds, emeralds, or pearls. I don't want a new home. I don't want money. I don't want a new car. All I want for Christmas is you. That's all I want for Christmas is just you. Nobody, nothing else, no riches, nothing this world has to offer. All I want is you. And I thought when I heard that song, I thought, boy, if you ever find anybody like that, that all they want for Christmas is you, you probably found the right one you're supposed to go through life with. I'll show you her picture once it starts. I usually have to turn it up because it's geared really low. There it is. She's got a beautiful voice.
Take back the holly and mistletoe. Silver bells.
I listen to the words of the songs of the story they tell.
If I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, I would ask for just the one thing.
Oh, I pulled my arm out.
I know these sleigh rides in the snow. Don't want Christmas that's blue. Take back the
Christmas is you. Don't buy me no gifts or anything. I just want you. Let's see. Okay, two more Christmas songs. One of them's the Jingle Bell Rock. Well, I thought I had it saved up here. Here it is. Bobby Helms, he's the one who came out with that song, Sonny.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells ring and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up so fun. Now the jingle hop now ring. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells rock, jingle bells rock.
I'm going to get with you, Tennessee Whiskey. Hold on. Okay, last Christmas song. This one is 73 years old. He's 9 years old, and he sings "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus." Now, the Jackson 5, Dolly Parton, you name it, and almost everybody sings this song around Christmas. There's so many different groups that plays and sings it. But this little boy is the original guy who came out with it. And I'll show you his picture. The guitar is bigger than him that he's playing, it looks like. He looks like he got freckles on his face, got a straw hat on. There he is in the middle. That's 73 years ago. He came out with this song, and I like his little baby boy voice, the way he sings this song. His name is Jimmy Boy. He's 9 years old.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night.
I'm out of tune.
She didn't see me creep down the stairs to have a peep. She thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom fast asleep. Then I saw Mommy tickle Santa Claus underneath his beard so snowy white.
last song, and I dedicate it to the Hattiesburg Police Department when I'm up there playing in. When I go up there, I usually play in the Home Depot lot, and I play in Walmart lot. And they come over to my van and they ask me to play Tennessee whiskey for them. So I'll go ahead and play that today. My whole shoulder is pulled out of its socket, it feels. Boy, it really hurts. I might not be long tonight because I'm in pain.
Used to spend my nights out. But you rescued me.
Okay, there's one other song while I'm over here that I'd like to play. Well, probably a few of them, but it's by Mariah Carey, and it's my favorite song. Uh, for the lyrics that's in it, as well as the music. In this song, she says, "I'd give my all just to spend one more night with you." And I gave some thought to that, and I thought, when a person really cares about you, they want to spend time with you, and they want to be with you. But when a person really don't love you like you love them, they'll come up with every excuse in the world not to want to be with you. Oh, I can't date you tonight. Oh, you can't come over tonight. Oh, you can't come over here tonight, and I can't come over there. This and that's happening, and you can tell they really don't want to be with you. But in this song, she really stresses it that she'd give everything just for one more night. And the more I thought about it, that just the lyrics made me like this song. But I like the way she sings it too. Oh, my arm is so sore.
My sleepless
Yeah, I won't play much tonight. The other night I put in over. Well, I'm thankful I was blessed to go over 10 hours. That's quite a long time. Even live groups that play in clubs don't go 10 hours. They might put in 6 hours, and then in between each song, they might take 10 or 15 minutes because the songs, they might only know a few songs and they got to stretch it out all through within that 6 hours. So that was a record for me to go over 10 hours. I just didn't have sleep in me because my days and nights turned around. I was on the night shift for years. And so I'm usually up all night long. That's my daytime. And but somehow, I don't know how, but it feels like I pull this shoulder out of joint and I can hardly move it. And whenever I tune, now I have to kind of grab my guitar and get way up here and put the tuner on. And it's hard. I've been taking my other hand and picking up this arm to do stuff with it. And I'm trying to work the soreness out. I've even rubbed in lidocaine. How you doing? Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you. I even put in lidocaine ointment. And you know, one pharmacy had a price tag of over $500 for one tube that was the size of toothpaste of that stuff. Now it works good. It goes through your skin immediately and it numbs it out. I used it today, and for once I found something that didn't numb out completely. That's how bad. I don't know what I did to pull that shoulder out. I might have to end up going to some kind of doctor. I don't know if it's out of joint. They might have to jerk it and put it back in joint or something. I don't know. I don't know how it got out of joint or why it's so sore. So I won't be no 10 hours tonight, not even 5, not even 3. If I make it to 2, well, I've been on here 1 hour, 57 minutes. I'll probably make it to 2, hopefully. I'll try to give you a few more songs. Now, I'd like to go all night like I did the other night, but my shoulder's hurting me so bad. I don't know what I did to bring this on, but I'm going to have to probably take ice or something and put some more lidocaine on it. Oh, oh my, oh. I might have to go to the emergency room. But I'm telling you, when I'm telling you I'm in pain, I am in pain. I don't mean to complain, uh, but that's the first time since I've been coming on that something like that's happened. Okay, let me go down the list and get y'all a few more here. Whew, boy, I'm telling you, it's doing a job on me. It's working on me. I'm having hot flashes and I mean, it is working on me. You know, pain will make you weary, and it's actually making me weary. You see, I even got to pick my hand up just to, it's like the muscle has just been disconnected or something. It feels like it's been pulled. That's what it feels like. Oh, I'm so much in pain. You know what? I forgot what song I was going for now. Whew, let me just look at some of the pictures here. I was heading toward a sun. Oh, now I know which one I was heading to. Let me take this shirt off. I'm having a hot flash and I'm burning up. I'm going to stay right here. Just bear with me just a moment. Oh my, this arm. I mean, this shoulder. It's about to kill me. I wish I could just pinpoint what I did to do this and bring it on me like that. Oh, oh my, I can hardly move that shoulder. Mm. I'd say it's part of getting old. But I haven't had anything like this happen to me in years. And I've worked in all types of positions over the years. Even though I've been retired for 20 years, I still work some. Oh my. Whew, boy. Mm. Mm. Oh my. I used to turn my air conditioner on when I'd get hot while playing, but then I got to keep jumping up and turning it off because it gets too cold too fast. Hopefully, I'll be over this real soon, but I think I'm going to be laid up through the Christmas holidays. I really do believe that, unless I can go to the hospital. But I'm I'm afraid they might want to stick a needle in there and put something in me, and I don't like needles. Well, when I was little, my mother brought me to go do a vaccination. My mother had a friend with her, and when they turned their head, I kid you not, I ran across the field. I opened up the back door of the car, closed the door, and I laid down on the floor. And they were looking all over for me. I could hear them looking all over for me. They didn't see me when I took off. I did not want that shot. And I'm like that today. I do not like a needle stuck in me. I hope I never get diabetic. Using the jackhammer at work, I've had to change my diet. And, oh, wait a minute. Let me see what he had to say. I had to change my diet and eat vitamins, and it's finally getting better. Any tendon or ligament damage can take a long time. Oh, no. You know, I ran out of vitamins just a couple days ago. And when I take vitamins, I've got this little mortar and pestle dish, and I crush the vitamins up. And I mixed Italian sweet cream with the vitamin. So it'll be real sweet when I drink it down. But the reason why I crush it up is because a veterinarian put a video out years ago on colloidal silver water that comes down from a volcano. And he said, and I bought some, he said it was the most natural way of getting all the minerals that you needed in your body. And it didn't taste too bad. And you could tell it really tasted healthy, but it was expensive. And he said that if you go to these porta potties and you empty them out, you will see handfuls of vitamins that went through people's system and came out in the stool. In other words, they never did break down because they've got such binding fillers that hold it together rock hard. I know when I even try to crush them with that mortar and pestle, I got to put quite a bit of pressure on it. So that's why I grind up my vitamins, because if you take them whole, a lot of times they're not going to completely dissolve, because when you eat afterwards, the food gets around that vitamin and kind of puts like a ball of clay, for instance, around it, or some kind of roughage. And it passes all through your system, and you didn't get the whole usage out of it. But I ran out just a couple of days ago. I do have some iron tablets, and that's something you can't overtake iron. If you do, it'll affect you in two different ways. It'll affect your eyesight, and they tell me that it'll make you run back and forth to the bathroom. I don't know about that, but I'm just telling you what I've been told about it. Oh, I forgot. And I moved it very careful. I feel like I actually feel like somebody's going to have to take this hand around the wrist and tell me to count to three, and on two, they're going to surprise me and jerk it out as hard as they can. And if that happened, I would see stars. Oh, this thing hurts so much I can't imagine anybody pulling on it. But yeah, I've been picking it up every time I have to do something. Right there. That's as far as I can. I have to lift it up like that. I mean, I've been for years. I haven't had nothing like that happen to me. Do you know I welded for years, offshore and inland, and all the years I welded, I never experienced that. And here I've been retired 20 years. I don't remember lifting anything heavy. I don't know what the deal is, but it's painful. I'm glad somebody here can understand it. Uh, yes, that's what I do need to eat more vegetables. Coriander seed you salt will help be precursor. It's a nutrient. Thank you so much for the information. I love for people to give me information, especially when it pertains to health. Oh my, it's like I've got to stretch it out before I can even really put it on the guitar up here. Oh, I hope it don't get out of. It's still a tune, but I'm probably only going to get to play 2 or 3 more songs because I'm hurting so bad. Oh my. Oh, it's running me crazy. Okay, I was going to play one titled Old Beautiful Blues. It's got a real good message to it. Actually, the message in this song is that we're visited with a lot of uninvited circumstances in life. There's a lot of things that come our way and happen to us that we didn't invite. We didn't say anything with our mouth to provoke anybody to come our way and get out along with us. Sometimes in life, some things just happen. For instance, this. In all the years I've welded, and I've had to weld in every position you can imagine, uh, I haven't had a shoulder pull out. It feels like it's been pulled out of joint point. It hurts. Like I said, I'm going to end up having to go to the hospital if it don't get any better, because I cannot take this. It's wearying me.
Lost in the echoes. I never wanted to be haunted.
He said,
I never
he said, I never.
wanted to be on this road, carrying a heart that feels like it's gonna explode. Every mile is a tear raises. Oh, I never wanted to be on this road.
attracted me to that song is the words. He said, I never wanted it to be like this. I never wanted to be on this road. Has things ever happened to you in life that you're at a certain place in your life and you thought, I never wanted it to be like this? And you start thinking, what did I do? Did I do something to make it to where I'm like this, or I'm at this place that I shouldn't be, or something happened to you and you think, oh, I never wanted it to be like this, or you had plans and you acted on your plans and it didn't work out right. And when you see that something backfired on you and it didn't work out like you thought, boy, I never wanted it to be like this. I thought it was going to be a whole different thing. Well, that happens to us in life sometimes. I don't mean to put a damper on things. I bring this up every now and then. This will affect me all my life. About 30 years ago, I heard that I had a 16-year-old cousin that dove off. Well, I thought he got in a motorcycle accident, but this past year I was told that no, a person that was actually there when it happened, he dove off into shallow water. And I went to go visit him, and little did I know, he was paralyzed from his neck on down. And the only way he could holler for help in that hospital is if he blew through a straw that was 1 inch away from his lips. He had to blow through that straw if he needed help. And when I saw that kid, 16 years old, I thought, what goes through a 16-year-old kid's mind? And look, if a roach crawled over his face and went up his nose, he can't even take his hand and shoo it off. Doesn't even know when you're using the bathroom. They put a hole in your stomach and it goes into a bag. And I imagine a 16-year-old kid, he's thinking, I'll never go on a date. I'll never be able to get married. I'll never be able to drive a car. I can't even get up and walk. I can't even go to the bathroom normal. I mean, when I thought of all the things that was going through his mind, when I left that hospital that day, I thought, man, you have nothing in this world to be ever complain about. No matter how bad it ever gets, just remember what your cousin is going through. And I thought to myself, there are people in prison with a 20 or 30-year sentence, some with a 40 or 50-year sentence. If you was to bring them to that hospital and bring them in that room and say, look at there. Now, we're making you an offer. You can be free, but you got to be paralyzed from your neck on down. And the only way you'll ever be able to holler for help is to blow through a straw. And you'll never be able to feed yourself because you can't lift your arms. You'll never be able to walk. If the place catches a fire, you're going to burn up in that house because you can't get up and walk out the door. And the more I thought about it, I thought, oh my, just when we think we've got it bad in this life, if your wife leaves you, so what? You'd rather that than be paralyzed from your neck on down. If you get in trouble, you got to go to jail or so what? You'd rather do that. A person on death row, if you brought him to that hospital room, and this is what I didn't know, they had 4 other kids in that room with him in different beds, and everyone was paralyzed, but not as bad as him. The others were paralyzed like from the waist on down. One was like from the chest on down. He can move his arms. And mostly every one of them, it was for diving in shallow water. Yeah, if you took a death row inmate, brought him there and said, look, you're going to be lethally injected and you're going to be killed for the murder that you did. Or we will let you go free and you might live another 20, 30 years, but you've got to take his place. And if you would have asked him in that hospital bed, if you had a choice, and if it were possible to give you your legs back, your bowel movement back, your arm movement back, but you got to go into a prison cell. Oh, I guarantee you, he would have took that prison cell. Oh yes, and the guy in the prison cell, he wouldn't have traded that prison cell, because you see, when you're locked up in your own body, I mean, he was a prisoner in his own body, and that really affected me. And so, the way that has helped me all my life, when things get kind of bad or tough, or you get depressed about something you want to do or somewhere you want to go, everything fell through, you didn't have the finances for it or whatever. Um, all I have to do is think of him. Now he passed away. He they let some girl go live with him, and she had kids. She was homeless, but they said, if you'll take care of our son, we'll let you live with him, give you a place to live and stuff. And so she took up that deal, but I'm sure it was hard on her, because when a person's paralyzed, you got to do everything for them. But yeah, that will always help me in life, no matter what I'm faced with. All I got to do is think of him. And I'm sure he laid there wishing that he would have died. I dare to believe he wished he would have died instead of opening up his eyes. I just can't imagine 16 years old knowing that you'll never go on a date, you'll never have a girlfriend, you'll never get married, you'll never be able to earn a paycheck. I thought, oh my, and people think they've got it bad. All you have to do is go to a hospital and see somebody that's paralyzed. Mm. So anyway, sometimes that is a mechanism that can really be a blessing to others. The calamity of others can actually be a blessing to you if you take a lesson from it. Just when you think you got it bad, believe me, there's always somebody that's got it worse. I promise you, there's always somebody that's got it worse. Oh my, I can't hit the arm to do this. Oh my. And my cousin, he would have loved to have had feeling in his arm, even if it would have been pain. When I was there, I took my hand and I touched his leg, and you know what it felt like? Has your legs ever fallen asleep while watching a movie, and it felt like needles and pins, and it got ice cold? That's what his leg felt like, ice cold. You see, once that spinal cord is busted, it's like the lifeline just dies out to the whole body, and everything gets cold and numb. It was pitiful. I don't even want to see anything like that ever again. It is depressing to see some people suffer like that. I tell you, that's why music is so therapeutic to me. I've seen a lot of suffering in my life. I have. I've seen a lot of suffering. And music gets my mind off all that stuff. It really does. It gets my mind off of that stuff. Since I'm only going to be able to play a few more, and I'm not complaining, I'm proclaiming an evident truth that my shoulder is about to kill me. If it wasn't for that, I'd spend more time. So let me just try to be very careful with what I pick here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to play a classic by Ray Charles. Georgia on my mind.
Georgia, Georgia, loving you
Oh, this is an old classic here.
too long to stop now.
Oh,
You will and you want to leave my love is going strong. To
you know, a while ago when I was comparing people in prison not wanting to change place with a person that's paralyzed from the neck on down. Many years ago, I was approved and I was given a pass for death row inmates. That's right, death row inmates. I was assigned as a volunteer chaplain to death row inmates up at the Mississippi State Prison in Parchman, Mississippi. And I went up there to death row, and I was also assigned to Unit 27, which was complete lockdown. Everybody had their own private cell, and they were completely locked down. And I was blessed to make trips up there, and oh my, when I saw those cells on death row, they looked like they were like 5 foot by 8 foot, dark. And they had the gas chamber up there. It looked like an aluminum capsule standing up, where they put them in there and they gas them. But now they changed all that. They give them injections now. And I got to meet quite a few that was on death row. And I used to stand there and listen to their stories, how they got in that trouble they got in. And a lot of them had one thing in common. They were drunk. They were inebriated with alcohol. Some of them had drugs in them, and they let their anger get the best of them, and they ended up there. And you know, when you look at that suffering, and you know those guys are never going to leave, they're never going to get out of there. And you know, some people might think, well, I'd be afraid to go amongst people like that. You don't have to be, because you see people on death row, they would love for you to visit them. Even though they're there for committing murder and all that, the worst of the worst of them, they long for somebody on the outside to visit them. They really do. Uh, if you ever want to be a blessing to anybody, if you feel like you'd like to help people in some kind of way, all you got to do in the state that you're living in is get a list of the death row inmates, and it's online. You can get a list of all the death row inmates, their prison number of the prison that's in your state, and perhaps you'll get a pass to go visit them. And and believe me, you don't have to be afraid of them. You don't have to be afraid that they'll grab you and try to hurt you, anything. I went up there with three ladies one time, and the ladies stood on one side of the fence and they stood on the other. They would let the death row inmates out just for a short period of time to walk around in this little fenced in yard. But other than that, they were heavily locked down. And I used to think, you know, that must be real sad knowing that you're never going to get out. And one day you're going to have to make a walk down there where they're going to strap you down. And but once I saw my cousin paralyzed from the neck on down, I realized then that death row inmates are in heaven compared to my cousin. And if you would have taken any, that's why I use them as an example, because I've seen what they have to go through. Uh, if you would have took any of them to that hospital, if a marshal would have chained them up, brought them down there and said, look, we're going to let you loose. You're not going to have to spend the rest of your life in a cell. But you will have to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. And you're going to sleep in that wheelchair. You're going to sit in that wheelchair. And you can't even move in that wheelchair because you can't, your arms are paralyzed. You can't even grab the wheels and move. Which means if your place catches a fire, you can't even get out the door. Now, would you rather take the place, if you ask that death row inmate, would he rather stay right there in prison and go to that, have that needle put in his arm one day, or be paralyzed from the neck on down? He'd rather, believe me, he would rather stay in that prison because you know what? At least they have their physical health. I was told years ago that your health is your wealth. And oh my, that is so true. The older you get, you might not think much of it now. I know when you're young, you take your health for granted. And that's why it's really kind of good. It gives you a reality check when you go to hospitals and stuff and see people suffering. But boy, when I saw a 16-year-old kid like that, I thought, oh my, I've got a lot to be thankful for. Your health is your wealth. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the health to go along with it, you're still blowed up. I almost wished at times I could get that out of my mind, what I saw in the hospital that day. But it's a safety feature, I guess, for it to stay in my mind, because just when I think I got it bad, here I am moaning and groaning over a shoulder. And my 16-year-old cousin, he'd love to feel some feeling. You know, he'd love to be able to take his hand and do that, you know. I mean, I just can't imagine just having your arms down on your side and you can't move nothing, but this is all you can do. This is all you can do. So let that be a Christmas gift from me to you, to where I've given you something to consider when you think you got it bad. As long as you got your health, you got a lot to be thankful for. And and if you think you got it bad and you start going through depression, just remember there's some people that would love to trade places with you. Uh, when my van breaks down, I get on a bicycle and I go different places. If I need to go to the store or something, I get on my bicycle. And I thought to myself one day, There's a lot of people that love to be able to ride a bicycle. Oh, they would love to be able to ride a bicycle. So I thought I have nothing to complain about because my van's broke. Because the bicycle's giving me exercise. So, you always got something to be thankful for if you got health. So if anything during Christmas times got you down, and this is the most depressive time of the year for the majority of people all over the world. And if you don't believe that, go to New York City to Harlem. When you go into the poor areas like that, many of those kids know that they're not going to get no Christmas. They're not going to get no Christmas gifts. They don't have no Christmas tree. Uh, when you see people in poverty, um, I mean, yeah, you got a lot to be thankful for as long as you're healthy. And but you see, if you get depressed because you're living in Harlem, and I tell you, in jails and prisons, that's the worst time of the year is around Christmas. And the worst time for people who drink is around Christmas because they get depressed because they can't buy their kids what their kids really want. There are so many elements that go to work on mankind when he's got that free time. And around Christmas, usually the workforce gives you about 2 weeks. And that's 2 weeks for people to sit home, drink, and feel sorry for themselves, and and think they got it real bad. And it is depressing if you can't buy your kids what they really want for Christmas. That is depressing, and that will get you down. Or you can't buy that your wife that new car that she was wanting. There's so many things that can get you down, get you depressed in life. But when all that gets to working on you, and in jails and prisons, people know they can't be with their family, and they start reminiscing how Christmas used to be. Um, and the poor kids, they see their rich and middle class kids riding around on new bicycles and stuff, and all they can do is plan, scheme, plot, and contrive how they're going to steal one of those gifts from those that are more well off than them. Uh, the reason why I know it works that way because I bought somebody a bicycle for Christmas, a brand new one, with it, and they lived in a neighborhood that wasn't so good. And within a few days, it was stolen. It was stolen. Their Christmas gift from me was stolen. So this is the worst time of the year right now for people drinking, getting drunk, and getting in car wrecks and killing people, getting in car wrecks. That's another thing. I had another cousin. He got drunk. He was going down the road, and a man was broke down on the side of the road, and he was jacking his vehicle up. My cousin hit and killed him, and he was so drunk that he went to a casino that very night. And somebody must have saw it or something. The law knew right where to go get him. They knew that it was him that hit that guy, killed him. So like I said, this is the worst time of the year for depression because people they get depressed and down if they don't get what they were expecting for Christmas, or or if or the people that they were dependent upon to give it to them, they get depressed because they didn't have the finances to give. And it's a dangerous time of the year. More people will get killed now in the next 2 weeks from drunk drivers than any other time of the year. And like I said, the poor kids in Harlem, New York, and places like that, they get depressed because their parents can't give them anything. I was blessed. Me and my sisters, I was the only boy. I had three sisters. And I'm telling you, we knew we were blessed. We lived on Beach Boulevard. Whenever we wanted to go on the sand beach, we just crossed the road. There was the sand beach, there was the Gulf of Mexico, and now it's the Gulf of America. I think President Trump changed the name of it. The movie theater was right down the street. I mean, we knew we were blessed. We knew it. Dad had his own business, and mom and dad's gone now, but I mean, we saw other kids that didn't have much. And I remember my dad bought me a brand new Honda 65 one year for Christmas. And I had a friend, and he was my best friend. He passed away last year. And I felt so sorry for him. His mother worked in a grocery store for $35 a week. $35 a week. His daddy came home from the war, and they put his daddy in a hospital way up in New York from being shell shocked, and he never regained sanity or whatever. So my friend had a mother only to support him, and he had a brother and a sister, and I remember I went over to show him my new motorbike, and that's how insensitive I was. I look back on that now. I shouldn't have never brought my new motorbike. He thought he was getting one too. And when I drove up with my new motorbike to show him, I heard him in the house asking his mom and them, "Where's my motorbike?" And they hollered at him, and they said, "We can't afford no motorbike. He's got a dad, that works. You know, your dad's in a hospital sick." They didn't tell him that part, but he already knew that part. But I heard him tell him, that he's got a dad that works. And I remember he came out crying, and he was mad, and he threw his leg over the back, and he jumped on the back of my motorbike. He said, "Come on, let's get out of here." I've been through so many experiences in my life, and I remember that same kid one time come up to my house, and the only time he was ever going to get to see his dad was when his dad died. And his mother saved up enough money to buy him a ticket to go to New York City to go to the funeral. And before he left, he come over to my house. He sat on my bed and he got to cry. He said, "I never had a dad like you had to teach me how to work." And I felt so sorry for him. And I think about stuff like that this time of the year. There's so many kids that's going to be heartbroken because they're not going to get the gift that they wanted. And a lot of young kids don't understand that parents can't afford a brand new car, or that diamond ring or whatever that's going to cost a lot. When you're young, you just don't understand all that. And so I never forgot that, him coming over to the house. And he used to come spend the weekends. I used to have a lot of kids come from school and come spend the weekend up there because we wanted to go swimming. All we did was cross the road. We knew we were blessed. Living on Beach Boulevard property like that, we knew we were blessed. And then those kids would go back to school and they'd say, "You ought to see this kid." And I had my own private phone number separate from my parents' phone number. I had my own TV in my room. Back then, I had my own set of encyclopedias. That was like having your own computer. There was no computers back then. There were no laptops back then. So everything you needed to gather with knowledge, you had to go to the library and look at World Book Encyclopedias or Britannicas. And I had my own set. I had a Sony stereo, beautiful furniture and everything in my bedroom, and oak floors to walk on. Oh, we knew we were blessed. Me and my sister, we talk about that from time to time, how blessed we were and how our friends used to come over and see everything that we had. And some of them actually wanted to come live with us. Oh, yeah, some wanted to come live with us. Uh, it's just, and in fact, some of my cousins did come live with us, and they went to school, and my mom and dad was glad to have them. So I know this time of the year, even though it's a blessed time of the year for a lot of people, it's going to be the worst time of the year for probably the most. There's no other time of the year where depression is going to grip people so hard, and it's going to push them to drinking these 2 weeks that they're off from work. And some will actually lose their job because they'll go on a bender and they won't even be in shape to go back to work. But and some people will commit suicide around Christmas. Like I said, anytime there's a time of the year where people get gifts, it's going to be a time of depression because a lot of people aren't going to get gifts. They're just not. And if they get gifts, they're not going to get what they really wanted sometimes. So, irregardless of all that being the case, there's, like I said, I will always think of my cousin. Your health is your wealth, regardless if you don't get for Christmas what you wanted, or if it's a melancholy time of the year for you. Just remember, you got your health. As long as you can walk, talk, hear, see, and speak, there's a lot of people that would trade places with you. That's in wheelchairs right now that will never walk. I seen one night on a, and I'm going to try to close it out with two more songs. I saw a video on YouTube a while back, and the man was paralyzed. And he didn't have no human living with him to wait on him. He had a little tiny monkey about this tall, and that monkey did everything for him. That he knew how to send it signals, I guess, with his eyes or something. You ought to look up that video on YouTube. That little monkey would run and grab him water and bring him water and put the straw in his mouth. That little monkey knew how to do everything, get food for him, the whole bit. It was amazing to look at. But whenever I ever think I've got it bad or so, all I got to do is think of my cousin. And but it was such a horrible thing to look upon that there are times I almost wished I wouldn't have ever seen a 16-year. Not only him, but there was four others, and I guess they put them all in the same room so they could comfort one another and talk to one another back and forth. But his was the worst case. All them other kids could use their hands to feed themselves with and stuff. What is wrong with me and this phone dropping? Boy, I'm glad I got a good case for it. I'm glad I got a good case for it. But let me put it on the bed. But yeah, it's just when you think you got it bad, you just remember it's a truthful saying, your health is your wealth. And if you are ever without it, you will know, you will remember what I told you today. Your health is your wealth, not your money. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have, look at Howard Hughes. You remember Howard Hughes? He was a genius. He was a mechanical engineer. He had many contracts with the government. He was married to movie stars like Jane Mansfield and such. And he had his own airplane manufacturing company. And but he ended up becoming a billionaire. He bought about 6 casinos in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he had gotten in so many plane accidents that it crushed up his skull a number of times. And I heard somebody talking about how he was in such pain all around the clock, and they don't know how he even maintained himself for a moment. When he died, they showed the bottles, the injectable bottles of codeine. I don't know why they didn't give him morphine. They gave him codeine sulfate in those injectable bottles, and he had needles broken off in his arm. Now, this is a billionaire, but he suffered so much pain in his life because of those plane crashes he was in. And the pain, as well as other part of his body chemistry, something happened. He got insane. He hired Mormon guards, and he would tell them to look away and he would sit down butt naked watching TV and some of the movies. He was not only an airplane builder, but he was a movie producer also. This man was a genius in his own way, but he died mentally ill. Needles broke off in his arm. I mean, with all that money that he had, and like I said, I think he bought 6 casinos. I mean, he was very wealthy, but he didn't have the mental or the physical health. Uh, like I said, he would. You ought to see the story. It's sad. I mean, think that somebody had movie stars. He was a producer, and he had his own airplane company, and very wealthy. And but once his health went, I mean, so what if he had all that money? I mean, the man was mentally ill. I mean, to want to sit in a dark room all day long, watch movies, and you're naked, and you tell your guards to look away. I think that's how my sister, she read the story, and it was really sad. It was really sad. So you see, you can have all that money, and if you don't have your right mind, and and when you don't have your right mind, you are at the mercy of everybody. Because and people will take advantage of you. We're living in that type of world. Let me give you a couple more songs here. But just remember, it's Christmas time, and I know there's going to be people that's going to be down and out. See, music, no matter what time of the year it is, for me, if I get down and out, that's one reason why I guess I have the blues. I play the blues at times. I'm glad I'm single in this world today, in the shape that this world's in. Uh, I can't imagine having a mate to have to take care of. I can't. I just can't. I'm a loner. And I just know that life's a whole lot easier when you're single. And, but yeah, in the shape this world's in, and when I see what's going on in those big cities, I'm glad I don't live in a big city. And if I ever leave here, God willing, I'm going to move way out into the country. I mean, way, way out into the country. And I want to make sure that I'd love to be able to purchase hundreds of acres around me to where I can't see no neighbors. Oh, here's one. Here's a song I came across, and I really like it. The title of this song is no, the title of it is I Just Need That. Two of the words were blended in with this skirt picture here, but the name of it is I Just Need That. It's only 4 minutes and 9 seconds. So, knowing that Christmas is a very depressing time of the year, just remember, folks, as long as you got your health, if your car is broken down, like my van's broken down, if you can even get on a bicycle and pedal it, you got a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot of people that'd love to be able to, if you have to walk to work, you still got a lot to be thankful for. I remember years ago when I was still working, my vehicle, and my vehicle was working. I happened to live at a place not far from where I worked. And I used to walk to work and walk back, and it'd be snowing and cold, but I was thankful I could walk. I could have drove my van. At the time, my van ran fine. But sometimes it's best to do what causes us to work a little and get some exercise. So, anyway, just don't let this time of the year get you down. Just always remember your health is your wealth. You got a lot to be thankful for. Cut it down, it's getting late here.
Yeah.
It's almost 11 at night here, so I'm going to cut it down just a little. I like the wording.
I've been walking through the darkness, shadows stretching long.
Oh, it's like I'm gonna pull my arm out just to be.
Some days the road feels endless, but I keep moving on. I don't need all the answers, I don't need to see it all. Just a whisper of kindness to catch me when I fall. I just need to know the world is beautiful. That's the way the light still shines. I'll be alright if love is out there, even when it's hard to find. I don't need forever, I don't need proof, just something simple, pure and true. I just need to know the world is beautiful. A stranger smile and passing, the warmth of open hands, a melody in laughter, the way the river bends. I don't need to hold the stars, change the way they glow, just to see that love still lingers is all I need to know. I just need to know the world is beautiful. That's the way the light still shines. I'll be alright if love is out there, even when it's hard to find. I don't need forever, I don't need proof, just something simple, pure and true. I just need to know the world is beautiful. And if the night feels cold, I'll trust the dawn will rise. Just need to know that love is out there, and I'll be alright. I just need to know the world is beautiful. That's the way the light still shines. I'll be alright if love is out there, even when it's hard to find. I don't need forever, I don't need proof, just something simple, shining through. I just need to know the world is
Okay, I want to give you one more song I'd like to play. I would really like to play all through the night, but I'm not complaining. I'm just proclaiming. My shoulder is wearying me. It's about to kill me. I don't know what I did. I'd be able to live with it a little bit more easier if I knew what I did. I mean, it actually feels like it's been pulled out of its socket. I'm in some pain. I'm telling you. Oh my! If I had some of that coriander seed powder, my friend, like you're talking here, oh, I'd be glad to take your advice and go do it right now. Anything that would start. Ooh, I hope I don't have to, but I think I'm gonna have to end up going to the hospital with it. They'll probably X-ray it, and that means I'm going to probably have to take shots and all that. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to do my best to try to get nursed up before. That's going to be my last option going to the hospital. When I do this last song here, I'm going to get some of this lidocaine ointment and I'm going to rub that on there. I did earlier, and normally that usually takes the pain away because it numbs it, but it didn't numb it. It just didn't. I tried it earlier, it didn't numb it. It probably helped some, but it's that bad a pain. Let's see. Bridge over troubled water.
Bridge over troubled water.
Okay, that's what I'm going to play, and it's going to be my last song for now. Let's see, I've been at it 3 hours, 34 seconds. I want to show y'all something. You know, I told you that when I'm not playing music, one other thing that I do that's therapeutic for me is I do artwork. I want to show you two pieces I finished. I'm going to aim the phone over there. One's on big, tall canvas. You see all the little designs and everything and all the colors. And then there's another one right there. There's a charcoal one up there. Crazy faces. So anyway, that's what I do when I'm not playing music usually. In fact, oh my. I know the charcoal one. In fact, I've got about 5 of them. I've got 5 of them like that with different faces. Uh, and they're all different faces. Uh, I've never sold a piece of art in my life. It's hard to get rid of it because it takes so many hours. Like that, like them flutists that you seen and all them lines and drawing and colors and stuff. It takes a long time to do a piece of artwork, and if you do it in oil, it takes 6 months to dry. In fact, I got some in this closet right here that's oil, and it's probably been drying for about 5 months now. Because you want to lock it up in a closet because once you do oil, it takes so long for it to settle and dry, months, at least 6. And in every house and stuff, you got silt and little lint flying through the air. And when you think you don't, just open up the curtains and you'll see all that lint. And if you got an oil painting, it catches the lint. But what I showed you there is pen and ink. And the brightest colors are neon tattoo ink that you order from Temu. I have found that the neon tattoo ink, when doing artwork, it's the most brightest of inks if you get the neon ink. But that one up there, each face I drew out with a permanent ink marker, and it's on canvas. And wait a minute, did I draw that with yeah, each face is permanent ink. I've combined both of them because the hair I did in charcoal, and I think I outlined it with charcoal, and then I outlined it with permanent ink, and then I took charcoal, and I found that the softest charcoal you can get, that's the darkest. Don't ever get hard charcoal. Always get soft charcoal. and I charcoaled all the canvas all around it. And I've actually got about five of them like that, but they're each one's got different faces on it. So I've got a collection of all these different faces in charcoal, and but boy, I sure love to do it. I really love to do artwork. But anyway, oh, ooh, mm, and all those are finished right now. Yeah, it's hard to get rid of anything. Now, if I could ever get the equipment to make copies of it, but I'm talking expensive there. That's expensive to get a copy machine that'll take canvas that's like 5 foot wide, and that you can take your pictures of this artwork, the original, and then reprint it and stretch it out on frames. So I wouldn't mind selling copies, but it's hard to get. It is really hard to get rid of a piece of art that the original that is, because once you let it go, it's gone. You never get it back. And when you sell an original, a lot of times what they're going to do, another artist might buy it from you because they know that might be a piece that will sell, and they've got the equipment to take a picture of it and reprint it. And once it leaves you, they can print thousands of copies and put it on postcards, shirts, whatever, and make money off of it. So you hate to give that opportunity to somebody else. You hope someday that you yourself will have the equipment to make copies of it and just sell the copies. I think I've only played this song twice in my life, but it's a soothing, relaxing song. And this is how I'm going to end it. I wish I could play longer, but my shoulder's about to kill me. I need to turn it up.
Feeling small when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get hard, friends just can't be found.
You know, I didn't like that version of it really too much. There's another version that is much more different than that. Let me see. Well, let me see if I can find somebody else that sings that. Now, that was the original group. Now, here's Aretha Franklin. I never knew she sung Bridge Over Troubled Water. Let me just see what it sounds like.
Don't trouble the water. I won't get along. Why don't you let it be? Still water run deep. Yes, it do. I know that. Oh, yeah. If
Well, is she going to sing it or what? Is it just going to be a piano? If they're just going to play piano, find somebody else that. Oh, John Legend. John Legend sings it. Let's see what his version of it's going to be. And once again, I thank you all for joining me.
When you're weary
Oh, hold on just a minute.
and feeling
I'll deal with you just a
small,
moment. Just hold on, Shonda.
when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough
Let me answer this question before I say goodnight. You get ready to switch to electric. Well, right now, like there's a guy on YouTube. His channel is called Scar My Guitar, and he made a statement here a while back. He said it's guitar heaven time right now. Now's the time that you can buy one that's going to look just like this. This is a Les Paul Custom, $235 on Temu. But I would suggest that if you're going to buy uh, a Les Paul, buy it from Bad Cat, BADCAT. Now, if you want a Fender, Stratocaster, or something like that, you can get it from Bad Cat. Bad Cat, I bought a Les Paul from them years ago, and they were being sued at the time by Gibson. And I thought they were never going to come back into business again. But Scar My Guitar on YouTube was sent uh, one of these Les Pauls here a week or so ago. And I was so glad to see that they're back in business, because if I ever bought another Les Paul, I'd get one from Bad Cat. And it shouldn't be over $240, $250. And that goes for whether it's Gibson or whether it's a Stratocaster. Now, the Ibanez guitars, those electric guitars, are mostly, they're made and geared for people that want to do a lot of shredding. If that's all you ever want to do is just do a lot of fast runs up and down the neck and uh, heavy metal shredding and stuff, those Ibanez guitars, they're made in such a way to where they're more conducive to that type of playing. But if you want a guitar to play music, I would really suggest one of three guitars if you're going electric. That'd be a Telecaster Fender, uh, a Stratocaster Fender, or a Les Paul like this. And you can get any one of them from Bad Cat. They're made in China. Unless you want an original Fender. Now, I paid $2,500 for a 1959 Les Paul many years ago. And it was put out by Gibson. And had I known that, well, at the time you couldn't get any from China. You just couldn't at that time. And it had such a wide neck. I didn't like it. This is a 1958. This one was only made 1 year. Uh, it was replicated from 1958. Joe Bonamassa took it out of his museum, gave it to Epiphone, which is owned by Gibson. They made it over in China, and you had to put in your order, and it took me a year before I got this thing. Um, but you can still buy one that looks just like this, a Les Paul, if that's the route you want to go. And you can get them now on Temu. But instead of getting them from Temu, I'd get them from Bad Cat. Bad Cat, their workmanship is just so great. And I bought one. Like I said, I've got another Les Paul from Bad Cat. I just don't have it here. I'm storing it somewhere else. And next to this guitar, I like it probably the best. So, like the guy on Scar My Guitar said, it's guitar heaven now, because China is really putting Gibson and Fender out of business. Somehow they got the original plans of Martin, Fender, Gibson, and all these companies over here, and they can replicate them over there. And because their labor is so much more cheaper, they can pass the savings on to the customer. But when it comes to an electric guitar, if I didn't play a Les Paul, I'd probably want to play a Fender Stratocaster or a Fender Jazzmaster, which is like a Stratocaster, but made just a little different. And And the amp, I can tell you the best amp you can get if you want to play in nightclubs or on a football field or out in the open. If you want something loud enough, uh, a twin reverb Fender amp. It's crystal clear, but if you want distortion and delay and all that, it's got speed, delay, and stuff built into the amp. But if you want to use pedals with it, you can. But it's like 85 watts, and that is loud enough to where it'll bust windows out of a house. I mean, they could hear that almost a mile away. And that's what you see until Marshalls came along. That's what most musicians used was a twin reverb Fender amp, or they used a super reverb uh, Fender amp. And you're looking at over $1,000 for just those amplifiers alone. Now, I can tell you a place that will sell those, the guitars and the amps uh, on monthly payments. And that is called the American Musical Supply Company. The American Musical Supply Company. They sell almost any kind of guitar you want, and they sell uh, Fender amps, Marshall amps, any type of amplifier you want. Now they will be higher than Bad Cat, but they will sell it to you on time. Uh, and that's called the American Musical Supply Company. You can go online, type in American Musical Supply Company, and you can look at all the equipment they got for sale. If you got halfway decent credit, uh, which I don't right now, but because I bought from them in the past when I did, uh, I bought this guitar through them. Uh, and I bought my Fender twin reverb amp through them. But now the amplifier that I play night after night with here is the one that you will see most street musicians use all over the world. It's called a Roland Cube Street EX amplifier. It's like 55 watts, and you can either plug it in the wall or it comes with a battery pack that's built in. I've got about 5 of those battery packs to where if one gives out after about 3 or 4 hours, it's got plastic screws that you just unscrew with your fingers. You pull it out and you slap another one in, and it's got the built-in screws that never come all the way out, and it screws that new battery pack in. So when I'd go out on the street, I'd have a number of those battery packs already charged up and ready to go. But that Roland Cube Street EX, that's what mostly every guitarist uses out on the street. And you can use piano with it, electric piano, electric organ. Let me show you what that looks like right there. That's what it looks like. All the controls, that the control knobs and everything reminds me of those Vox Super Beetle amps of years ago. But that amp there has 4 speakers. It's 55 watts, and that's what people play with out on the street. Because if they can't find a place to plug in, like I said, the battery pack looks like a plastic pack about that thick, and your rechargeable batteries are all in that pack. And when you slap that to it, you get 3 or 4 hours of playing, and you don't need a plug-in. But the Fender Twin Reverb, if I ever had to go to a big place and I really needed to fill it up, to really crank it up, a Fender Twin Reverb. If you notice, even your famous rock musicians, if they're not playing through a Marshall amp, they're playing through a Fender Twin that's been mic'd. But you really don't even have to mic it. The only way you'd ever have to mic a Fender twin reverb is if, or a super reverb. Uh, the only way you'd ever have to mic one of those is if you were like at Woodstock concert, pop festival of years ago, where everything's out in the open and they mic the amps and it goes through those great big speakers that's stories high. Uh, but this 55-watt amp that I take out on the street with me, people blocks away tell me that they heard me playing it and they followed the music and they found me. It's loud enough, and that's loud enough to play in small nightclubs or taverns or wherever you're going to play. The twin reverb, though, if you really need to crank up the volume, you'll always have to be very careful when you're playing with a twin reverb because it is so loud that it would run people out of a place of business if you didn't control your volume real careful because it plays extremely loud. But that's what you need if you're going to be playing in great big places. But anyway, you see, I don't turn it all the way up because I've had the police called on me 5 times. And do you know each time that they were called, it was never turned up probably past 6. And I'm talking just about the Cube amp here, the Cube Street, Roland Cube Street EX amp. That's what I've been playing with and doing all my videos with. If I turned this thing all the way up, you wouldn't even be able to stand it. This room isn't big enough to. Oh, and they definitely would call the police back on me again. So I moved to the smallest room here so I could turn it down and do these videos without having the police called on me. But yeah, if you're going to if you want to switch to electric, unless you're just going to want to do shredding and what's that guy? What's that guy? I can't think of his name now. I guess I'm that tired. Eddie Van Halen. If you're going to do Eddie Van Halen stuff like that, I guess the Ibanez guitar, it's built for stuff like that. It puts out sounds like that if you're going to want to be a heavy metal guitarist. Usually that's what they use is the Ibanez. But if you want to be just an electric guitar player to play like Jimmy Page or Hendrix or just to play anything in general, I would say the Les Paul or either a Stratocaster Fender. But like in the amps, like I said, if you get your twin reverb Fender amp, that's probably going to be $1,200 to $1,500. But this Roland Cube Street EX is about $550, and it's really loud enough, and it's compact too. You could take it almost anywhere and play. And unless you're going to play in a great big auditorium, now this would be more than loud enough for a basketball gym. But if you're going to be playing to a field of people and you really want to play loud, the Fender Twin Reverb. And if you don't get that, I'd get me a Marshall. If I ever did get a Marshall, I would have to find one of the old ones. I'd want the Marshall Plexi amp myself. And I'd have to find somebody that's willing to sell theirs because I don't think they put out a Plexi amp anymore. I'd have to find somebody that'd be willing to sell theirs, and I'd have to get somebody to replace all the tubes so it'd be like a new amp. But instead of buying a new Marshall, I'd want a Marshall Plexi from yesteryears. But that's if I was a rock guitarist and I really needed to, fill up a great big place. Right now, what I've got here with my PA system and my Roland Cube amp and the twin reverb, like I said, I probably got 1 hour of playing through that twin reverb Fender, and I've had it for like 3 or 4 years now. I keep it covered up. It came with a jacket. I keep it covered up. And the only way I will really ever need to use it is if I play in a great big place or if I'm playing outdoors. Uh, the Rolling Cube Street EX, when playing outdoors, that's good enough for about a half a mile away from you. But if you want something to be like you're at Woodstock, uh, Pop Festival or something like that, yeah, you probably want a stack of Marshalls or something. Uh, but that Fender Twin Reverb, whenever you go to buy an electric amp, once again, they're going to let you try it. When you go to the music store, they're going to let you try, and they're probably going to say, "What kind of music do you play?" And if you tell them that you're trying to learn Van Halen stuff and you want to be a real heavy rock guitarist, they probably might bring you to the Ibanez guitar. Uh, but if you want an electric guitar that is going to play anything else, I would suggest either a Stratocaster or a Les Paul. I will probably always want to I've had a Stratocaster and I've played through a Telecaster, and I will just always want a Les Paul. I like the way they're designed, I like the way they look. They're heavy, heavy. I mean, heavy, heavy. And it's just to each his own, you know. But a good music store person that can play guitar themselves, they'll be able to guide you through. Just go to a good music store. But if you want to buy your equipment on time, like I had to, now the $2,500 Gibson I bought years ago, I had good credit then. I just took a credit card and charged it to my credit card. But if your credit's not too good and you're going to have to pay for something on time, I would suggest go through the American Musical Supply Company, and and they offer good deals. And you could probably get a guitar for $30 or $40 a month, a $30 or $40 a month payment. And I don't know if they sell the Rolling Cube Street EX. There's a place called Sweetwater Music Company, Sweetwater, and I think they sell them. I found this one at Magnolia Music Supply Company, which is closed up now. And boy, I wanted one so bad because I was going to go to New Orleans and in the French Quarter and play on the street and stuff. And I needed something to where if I never could find a plug, it would run on battery. And so, like I said, if you go on YouTube, that's what most of the people that play out in public use is the Rolling Cube Street EX. It's got an electronic guitar tuner built into it. If you want to sing through it, it's got a channel that you plug your mic in and sing through. Uh, and it's got a couple guitar channels. I mean, that, boy, they really hit the jackpot when they made that. An amplifier like that that you could take anywhere and you could use as a PA or an organ or electric piano amp or a guitar amp. But yeah, that twin reverb in the other part of the house there, I might not never have to use it. Like I said, I had it for about 3 or 4 years, and I probably got maybe an hour's worth of playing on it because this one here does everything for me for what I do. And even when I played in a place that had pool tables and stuff like that, where people were in and out, that Rolling Cube Street EX was more than loud enough. In fact, the guy that was serving people, he kept telling me to turn it down, turn it down. So I think it's one of the best inventions for guitar players on the market if you're going to be playing out on the street is that Rolling Cube Street EX, because if you can't find a plug-in, you don't need it because it comes with the battery pack. So that makes it very versatile. But anyway, I'm getting so tired, sleepy now in this shoulder. I've got to take this shirt off, and I'm going to have to put some more lidocaine on it. If any of you folks are praying, people, please pray for me tonight because my shoulder, I don't know what I did. It's an enigma. I wish I could put my finger on uh, what has happened. They, it feels like my whole arm has been yanked out the corner socket. And it's really causing me some discomfort, but I'm not complaining. I'm just proclaiming. Like I said, no matter how bad I think I've got it, all I have to do is remember that 16-year-old cousin of mine, and I can conclude, oh, I've got it made. As long as I can get up and go to the refrigerator and walk and talk and see and get around, I've got it made. So, anyway, folks, thanks once again. And for tuning in. It's got to be a Gibson. Well, my first guitar was a Gibson. It was an SG Gibson. Then my second Les Paul was a Gibson. I got the Les Paul Artisan. Now that's one guitar I wish I would have kept. It had the three pickups. It had an extra fancy pearl inlay going all up the neck. It was a real good guitar. Then I ended up with that 1959 Les Paul. This is an Epiphone, this here. And but now, if you want to get the Gibson, now you're gonna have to dig into. Uh, you're gonna have to have what's called some deep pockets because it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you hard. But I have seen a bunch of videos on YouTube where they have taken Gibson guitars and the same type of guitar made overseas, which was a whole lot cheaper. And when they played them through the same amp, they sounded the same. They sounded the same. And so somebody wants me to play the intro or so to Simon again. Okay, and this will be it. I guess I just can't go much because of my arm. Now, did you want the one by Simon and Garfunkel, or did you want the one for John Legend that I just played? One sounds as good as the other to me. It's almost 12 midnight. I'm going to have to turn it down. Well, here's Simon and Garfunkel again. Just turning it down. Oh, oh, arm, arm.
When you're weary, feeling so when times are Sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams on that way. See how they shine within me. I'm
about to fall asleep on you folks. Maybe that's one of the best things I could do is lay down and just go to sleep. Maybe that'll help me just get my mind off of this pain. Oh, I just wish I knew what I did to bring it on. I don't remember lifting up anything extra heavy. I don't remember twisting anything, or I don't know, but I know that I can't go 10 hours again tonight. I'm just glad I made it this long. Let's see, 3 hours and 46 minutes. So I thank you all once again for tuning in, and I hope to be back at it again tomorrow. Uh, and maybe I'll feel a whole lot better tomorrow. Maybe this arm, whatever's wrong with it, I'll get better, but I'm getting ready to, to really put that little cane to it here. Uh, so, but anyway, yeah, I've had Gibson guitars. I like them. When you got the money, you don't mind buying a Gibson, you know. Uh, I don't mind supporting an industry here in the United States. Um, but if you can't afford a Gibson, because you're looking at $3,000 to $4,000 for a Gibson, that's almost for, well, I don't know. I think I seen a Gibson a while back. I think the American Musical Supply Company, one of their lower end Gibsons might be within the $1,000 or $1,500 range. Uh, but that's very rare, very rare. Um, they have to charge you more because they pay their workers probably $18, $20 an hour. And that's why they opened up a shop and called it Epiphone overseas, because they knew that they could build the same guitars much cheaper, and people that couldn't afford the expensive ones, you know, could. And by the way, there's people on Facebook that are selling Les Pauls, and what they're doing, I think they're ordering them from Alabama, and they get them for $220, $230, and they're turning around and selling them for $700 or so. But I tell you who's got a large amount of Gibsons to show you if you want a big supply to pick from. Just go online and download the Musician's Friend catalog. It's called Musician's Friend, and they can get you just about any kind of guitar you want. Just about any kind. So anyway, folks, thanks once again. I've got to kill it because I don't mean to complain, but my shoulder. I don't know what I did, but I just can't sit up much longer, hardly. So thank y'all so much once again for tuning in.